Hello friends, welcome to my channel How To. In this video, I am going to explain monolithic versus microservices architecture and which one you should use. So have you ever wondered how applications like Netflix, Amazon and Uber handle millions of users every day? Behind these applications, there is an important architecture decision. Should you build your application as a monolith or use microservices? In this video, you will understand what is monolithic architecture is, what microservices are, their advantages and disadvantages, real world examples, and the most importantly, when you should choose each one. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand which architecture fits different project types. So let's start. So first of all, what is monolithic architecture? A monolithic architecture is a traditional software design approach where the entire application is built as a single unified application. This means UI, business logic, database access, authentication, and APIs, everything exists inside a one code base and is deployed together. For example, imagine an e-commerce application where in monolithic application, the product module, order module, payment module, user management, all are the part of the single application. And if you want to update even a small feature, you usually redeploy the entire application. So there are some characteristics of the monolith application, like it uses single database, single deployment, it uses shared database, it is easiest to start, and it is tightly coupled modules. Why monolithic becomes popular? Monolithic architecture is simple to develop in the beginning. For example, startups, small teams, simple applications. It helps developer to move faster initially. So this is all about the monolithic architecture. Then let's see what is microservices or what are microservices. So microservices architecture is a modern approach where an application is divided into the multiple smaller independent services. Each service handles one specific business function, has its own logic, can have its own database, and can be deployed independently. For example, in an e-commerce application, product service, order service, payment service, notification service, each runs separately. These services communicate using REST APIs, messaging systems, and even event brokers like RabbitMQ or Apache Kafka. So, what are the key characteristics of the microservices architecture? It it has a independent services, it has an independent deployment, better scalability, it provides the technical flexibility, and these are the loosely coupled system. So why companies are using microservices? The large companies uses microservices because team can work independently, services can scale separately, and it provides the faster deployments and better fault isolation. So this is all about the microservices architecture. So what are the advantages of the monolith architecture? So in case of the monolith, it is easy to develop. A single project structure makes development simple. It provides easy deployment. Everything exists in one application. The next one is simpler debugging. Everything exists in one application, so it is easy to debug. Next one is better for small applications, perfect for MVPs, internal tools, small business app. And the next one is lower infrastructure complexity. In case of the monolith architecture, there is no need for API gateways, service discovery, and distributed tracing. Disadvantages of monolith architecture: it is hard to scale large application because the entire application must scale together. Difficult maintenance. As application grows, code base becomes huge and difficult to manage. Slow deployment. Small changes require redeploying of whole the application. The next one is tight coupling. The changes in one module may impact others. So these are the disadvantages of monolith architecture. The next one is advantages of microservices. Microservices provide independent scaling. Scale only required services. For example, a payment service may need more resources than the notification service. Then second advantage is faster team collaboration. Different team can work independently. Next one is technology freedom. One service can use .NET, the other one can use Java, and another use can use Node.js. So next one is fault isolation. One service failure doesn't crash the entire application. And last one is continuous deployment. Deploy services independently without affecting the others. So these are the advantages of the microservices architecture. So next one is disadvantages of microservices. It provides complex architecture because it requires API communication, monitoring, logging, and service discovery. The next disadvantage is difficult debugging. Debugging across the multiple services is challenging. The next one is network latency. Services communicate over the network calls. And the next disadvantage is higher infrastructure cost. It needs containers, Kubernetes, CI/CD pipelines, monitoring tools. And the last disadvantage is data consistency challenges. Managing the transactions across the services becomes difficult in microservices architecture. So these are the some disadvantages of the microservices architecture. The next one is real-time examples. So these are the companies like Netflix, Amazon, and Uber, which are using the microservices architecture, whereas applications that commonly use monolithic architectures are the small startups, school projects, internal HR system, innovative management system, and admin dashboards. So these are the some real-world examples of the microservices architecture and monolithic architecture. So next one is when to choose what. So you need to choose monolith when application is small, the team smile is small, fast development is required, when the budget is limited, and the project is in MVP stage. So in this case, you can use monolith architecture. The next one is when to choose microservices architecture. So you can choose the microservices architecture when the application is very large, when there are multiple teams who are working together, when you require high scalability, when there is an independent deployment is important, and when you want to handle or when your system want to handle the millions of users. In that case, you can choose the microservices architecture. So this is all about the monolith architecture and microservices architecture. So that's all. Thanks for watching my video. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel how to. Thanks a lot.